Now let me get to LeBron. I don't like his ass. Not a little bit. I understand what he means to Melo. I understand what he means to D Wade, my boys. I understand it. But all I'm going to say when it comes to that, Melo is 1,000% right. This dates back more than a decade. I'm not going to go into detail at the shit this man has tried to do to me. I believe he might not be interviewed and he might not be quoted, but the things he says and the things he has said to people, it's gotten back to me. The things that he's tried to do, if it were up to him, I wouldn't be where I am today. The day that he rolled up on me courtside, it was the day my contract was announced.
Hello and welcome to Who You Got Live. I'm Sun-EB7. Thank you for joining us. This is part 2 of the Stephen A. Smith saga. Now, he used the don't be fake, be straight up and keep that same energy. He used that, but that's all anybody in the media ever talks about. And all the athletes, everybody says he don't keep that same energy with everybody. But he's on the podcast acting like he always keep the same energy. I think this is gaslighting. It's what it is. What you're doing is justifying what you're saying by saying, "Well, they told me to say it." And quite frankly, the new day of the big time media, their coverage on sports is kind of disgusting. It's over the top. Trashing players, saying things about them, making it personal, and then saying it's not personal, it's how you played. There's ways you can cover how a person plays less than desirable versus going at them as if you're paying them. You look at these players and you feel bad because they're trying to figure out, they're trying to navigate, how do I navigate this person that's coming out and just ruining my credibility? Because Stephen A says he's not personal. He didn't go personal. Those are personal attacks when you say your game is trash. All they have to do is ask you for a game of one-on-one and that's over. Stephen A thinks because where he is in the media, what he makes, it gives him the right to say that, to make personal attacks or take personal attacks on athletes. You're trash. I've only heard him call certain players that. Or, any kind of attack like that. That's unprofessional and it's wrong. It's wrong. So now he's gone outside the sports arena and he's doing it with politicians and maybe athletes, spouses. And so I think this tour is a way to move away from all the heat he's created over the last 2-3 weeks. Now, I made a joke about him attacking Jasmine Crockett from Texas. However, I was making fun of it, but at the same time, I'm a little bit, I guess I have an opinion about why you're ruffling so many feathers. What's coming? What's up? And that's the question, because I think Stephen A understands why, the sky is falling on him. There's a lot of heat coming his way. Now, maybe he can handle it. Maybe he has the answers about, what he's going to do to put out the fires that he got everywhere. I've never, it's very rare you see a person create that many fires at the same time from all levels. But that's what he did. And it might be a reason for that. Maybe this is his stab at trying to get into the political arena. Maybe you got to ruffle some feathers. I mean, he would know better than us. But it's just peculiar how he's going around and he's just pissing everybody off. They say, you go around creating a lot of enemies, you put yourself at risk. That's just common sense. And yes, LeBron is political as hell, but he's taking the professional approach. He did that one thing on a podcast, said a couple things. Really, he didn't say nothing super bad. Said a couple things, made it be known how he did not appreciate the way Stephen A. came at his son. Oh, who wouldn't do that? I don't believe anybody has the right to make personal attacks on an athlete. And I notice only certain athletes get that. I'm just saying. Now Stephen A. is angry because LeBron called him out, right? Out in public by going on that podcast. Wow. Because that's what you do every day. You attack him every chance you get. You attack KD every chance you get. You have players you attack all the time. They don't have to do anything to you. You just take it up on yourself to start attacking them. And now one got back at you. And you got to go on tour? Hell, he did that 500 years ago. Why are you on tour about that now? And even if you don't like him, so why? Why we got to hear it? What is the problem now? Did he call you? Somebody came back and told you he said something? Okay, if he did that in private. Why are you on podcast with it? You see, this looks like some kind of smoke screen. But I'm not going to sit here and say it ain't my business because you're putting it on TV. It's our business. It's everybody's business. When you want your business to say your business, you keep it out of the streets. You keep it at home. You keep it on the phone. You don't come out here and tell your business and then say it's nobody's business. That's a lie. It's everybody's business when you put it out here. Finally, I just want to say, I don't think anyone really cares about a beef between Stephen A. and LeBron. I don't think they care, but it's out there in front of everybody. Why not be the bigger man? You got the bigger mic. He has more money, but you got the bigger mic. Why not have your people contact his people and arrange the talk and get it out in the open? This looks like children. I can't tell people what to do, but I'm just saying, you're too old to be out here running around in podcasts talking about how you hate somebody. If you hate him, confront him. If you don't want to confront him, why are you talking about him in public? That's all I have for today. I'm Sun-EB7. Thanks for joining us. I hope you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I'm out.
Nothing to do with a lot of these people. And they didn't also want to hate him. Let me go too. I understand what he means to Melo. I understand what he means to D-Wade, Ward.